Today I'm going to show you how I basically replace the AI creative strategist with a workflow. It's actually insane how easy it has been now with AI. This used to take up a good part of my job. Like every week, at least twice or thrice, I would sit for like 4 hours periods where we're constantly analyzing competitor ads. You're looking at patterns, you're trying to find patterns, you're trying to think of what variations to make. All of this just with going through ads library. There are some tools like motion or triatria, etc., super ads, all of these tools that kind of pull ad library data, and then you kind of analyze your computers, you're seeing what they're doing, all of this. And this is not easy, right? And then you also don't want to fall into that trap of always just making what the computers are making. So you're also trying to look at what is happening in the category, in the industry. You're trying to explore new ideas. You want to try to get some ad ideas from everywhere. All of that is an incredible part of what it is to be a media buyer in this day and age, right? Because creative is, as you guys know, the new targeting. But I have been able to do it with this tool, Go Marble. So let's check it out. Of course, I love Go Marble. I work at Go Marble. This has been, but I do in Go Marble also. We manage a lot of clients. We have clients, and I manage client accounts. So for me, creative strategy is something that is important. Let's get to it. It's very, very simple. So you can go to Go Marble, apps.gomarble.ai, gomarble.ai. That's GOMARBLE.ai. You will find the tool. After you log in, sign up, start trial, get a plan, whatever, you will land on this page. On this page, basically, there you can ask anything. So you can link all your ad accounts. You can link Meta, Facebook pages like Facebook pages, Instagram pages, Meta ad account, Google ad account, Google Analytics, your Shopify data, your Klaviyo data, your Google Search Console data. You can link any sheet. So you have any media plans or any sort of data in like Google Sheets, it's fine. You can link the Google Sheet, and then when you put a message, you're like, hey, how did my brand do yesterday? It pulls information from everywhere. It pulls information from every single tool and kind of gives you a very, very clear idea. Now, as part of the tool, some of the things that it can also do, we are focusing on is the ability to research competitors, the ability to go into ad library, just find ads of your competitors, then literally watch them. So the tool watches them. So you literally watch the video, watch the static, analyze it, and it has a lot of data on what is a winner and what works and what doesn't work. So basically it's able to link, study your hook, study your body, study your CTA, study your angle, study your theme, study your concept, study the way a format that you're trying, and then basically be able to give you ideas on what you should be doing, what everyone else is doing. So basically your entire category, studying your entire category is literally a prompt away, right? So today I'm just going to show you how I go about doing it now with the tool. Like this is me plus Go Marble, right? So what I'm going to do usually is there's this thing called recipes, right? Let's get into it. So there are a lot of these recipes are basically like small prompts, like already set up workflows that you can just very easily just reuse. So there's a lot here. For example, under creative research, which is what we are going to focus on today, there's a few. And look at this, 5 completely unique ad ideas we have not tried delivered to your Slack channel once a week. So you can set this up every week. You will get a completely unique 5 completely unique ad ideas. So this, what it does is it goes and studies not your categories, not the people you're anyway seeing on your ad library right now. It goes and studies the extended category. So for example, if you sell, let's say, biotin supplements, right? It goes and looks at supplements and health products in general to then find some unique ideas that it will check in your ad account that you've not tried, in the maybe like not very in the last maybe 6 months to a year, and then comes up and be like, okay, dude, we can see in one area of the ad library this is taking off right now. Many brands are making a lot of variations of it, which seems like it's working. Why don't you try it, right? Stuff like that. So there are many different, it depends on the way you do creative research. We'll do some of these, we'll at least do one of them, but I'll tell you, think of it like this, right? So there are different ways that people do creative research. For example, analyze my top competitors to find patterns on the windows. This is very generic. This looks at past data. It looks at what are the longest running ads, which are the ads which are pulling data at the which are the ads that have lasted the longest, which are the ads that they have consistently made variations of, because this is like finding patterns on what is working for them, right? So that's what this will be. This is about studying historically, studying your competitors. But if you take something like what are my competitors making variations on in the last 30 days, then you're looking at something more specific. You're looking at what were the ads that they have tried in the last 30 days. Seems like what is taking off right now, what is the angles that's going off right now, what is happening with our competitors, right? But if you look at some stuff like parallel categories and give me some ad inspiration based on what's working for them, is again similar to what I told you with the earlier one, which is completely unique ideas. You're also, what you're doing is you're looking at, okay, parallel categories. So if your supplements, like I said, you're looking at other health products, and then you're kind of looking at, okay, what is working for them, and look at what are you not doing, and kind of give you some ad inspiration. So these are all different ways of doing competitor research. Now on top of this, you also have to know that you can, even if you say something like, hey, why are my ads not performing well, they will study the ads, they will figure out what is wrong with your ads, then go and search. This also has the ability to search the web, find some new angles, and look at your competitors, find some sort of pattern and use. So it's not like you have to literally ask it to use this creative research tool. You can also generally do analysis where automatically in your mind creative research is part of the process. Okay, my ads are not doing well, so because my ads are not doing well, I need to go and come up with a few more ad ideas. To get a few more ad ideas, I need to go and do some research on Reddit, on email, not on email, like on Google, and then I have to do some research on competitors, and then I'll come up with some ideas and then I'll apply them. So this entire workflow, if you just ask it, my ads are not performing well, what is going wrong, is able to do the entire flow. So that's how powerful this tool is. But today we'll focus on specifically you're sitting and you're like, I am doing creative research, right? So let's start with this one, because this is the more complicated one, right? Analyze, find patterns in all of your windows. So let's see how that goes. So I'm just going to click on it. As soon as I click on it, the prompt is already there. I don't have to worry about it really. You can also have your own prompts, by the way. It's not like this tool only works with recipes, but I prefer to use recipes because it's easier and it's something that I can repeat, right? I'll just select an ad account to use. So I'm just going to choose one of our brands. It'll probably be cut off for you guys just because to maintain privacy. And let's run it and let's see what happens. So we'll wait it out now. Let's wait for the tool. Is going to take around 3 to 4 minutes max to do it. And when the output is out, let's go through them so you can see how in-depth it is and how you can also set it up for yourself. Okay, so it's done the analysis. So let's go through it and let's see how you can also use it for your own company analysis. So first thing is figured out. It's taken a brand, we've given one of our brands. So it's figured out it's in the premium men's beard care and grooming category. These are the hero products. AOV, all of this is able to get about our brand because it has access to our tools, our ad accounts and our Shopify, etc. Now then it goes and figures out direct competitors. Now what is very important is it has to figure out ones in the same similar AOV. Why is this important? It's important because you don't want your competitors to be like super premium luxury competitors when you are a mass market brand. So that's not really useful, right? So they try to find similar categories, similar hero products, similar AOV range, similar market position, right? So that is extremely useful for us. The depth is very useful. So it lists down some competitors, and then what it does is it goes and studies their ads. So you look at these ads, all of these ads it has studied basically. You can see, and you can actually watch the ad.
Skincare products are actually worth it. This one.
Right. So, and then it does that for like multiple brands, and all of these videos, it's watched, by the way. It's not assuming anything, it's actually watched it. So now, excellent data, it keeps doing. Let's just go to the report. So it's analyzed it. It has some data on what is the longest running ads. It found how many active ads. So it's not found any ads for these. There will be some that get missed. So it's going to base it on these competitors, some sort of price point, some sort of market position. Then it has what it's calling it the evergreen patterns. Now the evergreen patterns are patterns that you can consistently see in their longest running ads. So there is some sort of, and ones that are making variations also. You know that this is like an evergreen thing that's working for them. Like it's one of their winners. Like in every article there'll be 1 or 2 concepts that generally the primary one works, the variation also works. Like more or less you can depend on it. It's been running with large spend for the last year or so. Those ads, right? So those kind of ads. So so it's talking about DCO ads. Then it's talking about what are the type of variations they have, CTA, description, everything. And then it talks about free sample kit. So free sample kit is a good acquisition funnel, like offering a sample kit. Then social proof was verified by testimonials. They're just figuring out some major patterns, us versus them, ingredients. All of this is great. So then, what else? Emotional drivers, hierarchy. What is the emotional drivers they're focusing on? So what I'm trying to say is like esteem is the most important for this category. Esteem is the most important emotion you want to drive. Then there's its competence, then it's achievement, right? So these are very, very useful stuff. Then they also study all the hooks of all these videos. Now, direct address plus question. If your pain point and conditional. So this is really good. This is really useful for us because we can literally look at what are the hooks that they're repeating, what are the hooks that are, and look at this. 60% of video hooks use your direct address in the first 3 seconds. That's crazy. Like this crazy amount of thing that you might not immediately notice, right, when you are going through the ads yourself. And what are they looking at in terms of like what is the gap, like what are things that you can learn. So giving you some angles which they think is saturated, some CTS strategies, and then basically anything that you can exploit. So these are the gaps that they have found for us that basically we can. So this is immediately ad ideas for us, angle ideas, concept ideas that we can immediately just pick up. And also they go and they just call it brand one. They go and literally give us concepts with cards. If it's like carousels, it's cards. If it's videos, they literally give you the script. So they basically study the competitors, found out what are the things that are patterns in all of them, what are they doing, what are the great winners. Then they went and saw, okay, what are you not doing, and then they figured out some patterns there, gaps for you, and then to fill those gaps they also gave you literal copy, script, everything, right? All of these are like basically free. They also give you some, okay, what are the ones that you should focus on, and then some sort of testing protocol, right? So all of this is just, and like very nice. What brand one should steal? Brand one is just a code word. What are the stuff you should steal? What are the stuff you should avoid because it's not working, or you're doing it a bit but no one else is doing it? Must be not really a winning pattern. And any new stuff that you can probably do. So this is crazy, right? So they give you what is calling the unfair advantage by combining proven competitor patterns with identified creative gaps. Brand one can ethically steal what's working while differentiating in execution. So they've basically told you everything that you need to do to reach where you can basically do your analysis yourself. Like you can basically grow your brand above and beyond your competitors. Now, competitor research has never been this easy, never been this detailed, never been this quick. This is literally me spending hours in ads library, and all I have to do is just send a prompt. And this is just one of the prompts, right? So I don't want to take too much of your time, but you should probably check out even what are they making variation on the last 30 days, because that specifically focuses on the last 30 days. It does not go and do something that is like it doesn't look at like long-term plans, but looks at like, okay, what is working right now? What are the clear patterns that our competitors are facing right now? That is extremely useful. And even like parallel categories, I would suggest you set this up for yourself. Set up a Slack integration. That also works really, 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 really well. So yeah, all of this is really, really cool. And this has basically allowed me to automate my creative strategy into just one prompt, one step. So I would suggest take a look at GoMarble, take a shot at it, and do your creative analysis. Like become the person that you can become with AI, which is someone who is using AI to become a 10x, 20x, 30x marketer, not the guy who's still trying to do everything manually, right? Because it's not like they're going to take your job, but now you can take this concept and you can still freshen it up, you can still make it better, you can still make it deeper. This is not every, right? So all the manual work you've taken up, given away, now that you have all the data, all the numbers, all the gaps, all the information, you can come up with better concepts, you can implement it, you can execute it, you can make the best ads, you can make. So like GoMobile, at least as of now, does not take the responsibility of creating the ad for you, right? Because that is still a creative strategist job. That is still something that requires more than just AI patterns, right? But what we can figure out is what are people responding to, what are competitors seeing in their numbers that they're making more variations of, all of these kind of things on steroids, right? So yeah, this is the creative strategy workflow for me, which is just one prompt. You take this, put it in Nano Pro, put in ArcAds, and then suddenly you have a workflow where within a day everything is done. You can also set this to happen every week. You can every week this prompt can be triggered, the report can be made, report can be put into an email or a Slack message and sent into a Slack channel with all your other marketers, etc. So that every week you're studying your competitors, every week you're studying your you're doing a new set of creative research as a starting point for your creative strategies for you, whoever it is, right? So creative strategy as we know it is changing. I suggest you get on it. Click the link below. You can access Go Marble. Check out their free trial. I think you'll like it.